It's time for Friday night football action. Let's enter the end zone with your host, Bill Shanks.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the end zone. I'm Bill Shanks from Fox Sports 1670 AM in Macon. Tonight, we've got highlights from 4 playoff games around Middle Georgia. Later, we'll check on the GISA with Mount DeSales on the road and the game of the week, Westfield at Tattnall. But we start with the top team in AAA. Peach County had won 26 games in a row coming into tonight's game against the Thompson Bulldogs. Peach beat Stockbridge 49-0 last week to show they are going to be tough to beat. Thompson has legendary coach Luther Welsh at the helm, and his Bulldogs barely beat Worth County last week in round 1 of the playoffs. Here we go, back down to Fort Valley for some of the action of this game, and on a very cool night, here come the Trojans, and first quarter. Peach with the ball now. Brett Montgomery, little swing pass out to Travis Richmond, who's going to run up the right side for about a 12-yard gain there. Then Donovan Howard gets the ball for the Trojans, a little small gain as he runs to the left side. Now Montgomery's going to pitch the ball out to Darian Howard, right side, pickup of about 5 as the Trojans are driving. Then Montgomery, shotgun, the pass to Devarius Miller, who gets about 20 yards and then is going to be taken down near the 9 for Thompson. Now Montgomery, the pass to Isaiah Miller, who's in the end zone, but it's intercepted by Ira Grumby of Thompson. Rare turnover for Peach County, and Thompson gets the ball back. First quarter now, Thompson with the ball. Josh Jones, the handoff to Dontavius Brown, who gets taken down immediately. Then Jones again tries to pass, but it's blocked by Williams. Then Jones again looks for an opening, takes off, runs to his left, and the pass is blocked by Hall of Peach County. And in the end of 1 quarter, it was no score. Peach with the ball now. Travis Richmond's going to be getting the ball to Darian Howard. He runs up the right side and right into Davis, who stops him for about a 10-yard gain to the 42. Then Montgomery fakes a pass, takes off, and going to throw it downfield. Robinson, no good. Then Richmond gets the ball. Right side, small gain there for Peach as they're running it again, driving the ball. Robinson again, DeMarcus Robinson gets the ball, goes left side, and he's going to take off. He's going for the end zone, but he's going to be pushed out right there at the 2-yard line. Then Darian Howard will take the ball left side for the first score of the game. The PAT would be good by the Trojans, and the score at halftime would be 7-0, only 7-0, but don't worry. Peach County went on to win this game very easily. Final score tonight in Fort Valley, 33-0. Travis Richmond, 137 yards rushing. Brett Montgomery, 6 for 12, 193 yards passing. Peach will host Grady next week as they continue to move along. And congratulations to Luther Welsh on a fine coaching career, 323 wins all over the state of Georgia. Up next, we check on the Warriors from Wilkinson County and see if Mount DeSales is able to beat Deerfield Windsor on the road. We're back right after this. Welcome back. We continue our highlights with some action in Single A now. Wilkinson County hosting Bremen. The Warriors of Coach James Hagens had a wild game against Holy Innocents last week, winning by 4 points. But they had won 7 games in a row coming into tonight's game against the Bremen Blue Devils. They had also won 7 games in a row. To Death Valley we go for some of the highlights of this game. Here we go, where it was a cool night out there, that's for sure. Here we go. It was 7-0 Bremen early on. Wilkinson County gets the ball, tries to go to work. Marches down the field. They run it up the middle for a gain of about 9. Then again, Wilkinson County, David Whipple, the handoff to McDowell. He's going to fumble, and Bremen will get the ball back and recover the fumble there. Big turnover by the Warriors. Now, Wilkinson County's defense tried to hold Bremen early on. The offense for Bremen goes to work. Play up the middle there. Not a very big gain. Then another run. Right side, ball on the ground, but they get it back. They had to punt it away, and Wilkinson County would get it back near midfield and get a little decent return here near the 40, up to the 45, and down there near midfield. Now Wilkinson County, David Whipple, the handoff to number 2, Quantrell Williams. He's going to run on the right side, getting down to about the 11-yard line. Then again, the handoff to number 1, Jacquez McDowell. Another run there for a yard or 2. Then Whipple back to pass. Looking, finds McDowell, and he's going to get close to about the 10-yard line, and then Quantrell Williams will get up the middle for the score for Wilkinson County. The PAT would be blocked, however, and Bremen would be up by the score of 7-6. Then Wilkinson County would try to close the door a little bit defensively. Bremen with the ball. The Wilco defense trying to stop a little trickery here. Here's an incomplete pass as they couldn't get the ball, and then again back to pass, and then the sack there by the Warriors defense. Bremen was on top 7-6 at the half, but Wilkinson County would come back and win this ball game by the score of 26-15 in a wild second half. Now Wilkinson County advances. They play at ECI next Friday. Let's switch to the private schools now. Mount DeSales on the road taking on Deerfield Windsor down in Albany. Here we go for some of the action of this game. Opening kickoff now. Cavs kicking off. The Knights with a speedster. Quentin Hurd is going to fake a reverse and then get all the way to the 40-yard line here. Pretty good run back there for Deerfield. Then the quarterback, Banks Kinslow. Back, rolls right, escapes a sack right here, and then throws it up. Davis Moore with a one-handed catch. Nice play right there for Deerfield Windsor, and they get a first down. Knights then on the running game. James Tyson gets the dive, and he's taking off. How about a 37-yard touchdown there for Deerfield Windsor? The PAT would be no good. 6-0 Deerfield Windsor out on top. Now Cavs with the ball. Third down. Bradley Smith avoids the rush, rolls right, rolls left, finds Josh Abrams for the first down near midfield there for the Cavaliers. They're moving the ball. Miles Swain gets going on the misdirection. Picks up a nice gain on the left side for about 11 yards for Mount DeSales. Now later in the first, third down for the Cavs. Smith looking for Will Bentley, and he gets rocked by the secondary there. Cavs had to punt it away. Knights take over, then Winslow goes to work. He's picked off by Miles Swain, and then Chris Swain gets the pitch out, bobbles it, but gets the 12-yard gain here. First and goal. Chris Swain then finishes the deal up the middle for a 6-yard touchdown. Deerfield it would be a close game throughout, a wild game. I was getting texts about this game. We had to leave early, of course. Deerfield kicked a 40-yard field goal as time expired to win this game, 30-27, a heartbreaking loss for Mount DeSales. They finished 10-2 on the year. Chris Swain with 3 touchdowns. What a battle tonight in Albany as Mount DeSales has their season come to an end. So who will the winner of that game play next week for the championship? We'll check on Westfield and Tattnall coming up next. Okay, let's get to our game of the week now, Westfield at Tattnall. In week 2, the Hornets beat the Trojans 14-0 in a rain-shortened game. So you know Tattnall was wanting another crack at Ronnie Jones' boys, especially since that was the only blemish on the Trojans' record this season. Both of these teams can run the ball well, so it was expected to be a pretty good offensive battle. Let's head out to Jack Baines Field for a defensive battle. Here we go for some of the highlights of this game. Here come the Hornets now. First quarter, it was all defense. Westfield with the ball on the Tattnall 44. Wesley Russ avoids the rush, takes off right side for a gain of about 21 yards and a first down right there for the Hornets. But on a 4th and 4 play on the 16-yard line, Russ, the quarterback, hit by a host of Trojan defenders, and Tattnall would get it back after a great play there, but they would do nothing. Hornets get it back. Second down on their own 18. Pitch out to Evan Williams for a good tackle back there by Hal Spires. Then on 3rd and 9, shotgun. Russ is going to be tackled by Hunter Wilkinson behind the line of scrimmage. Big loss on that play. Westfield would punt it again, but Tattnall could do nothing. Westfield got it back on their own 35. Russ again to Williams, who takes off the left side, but going for a loss by Cole Waddell. Then first quarter, all defense, as I said, no score after the first period. Second quarter now, first play, Hornets on their own 39. The handoff to number 17, Justice Evans, and he's going to take off. Runs all the way down to about the 15-yard line for a gain of 46 yards there. And the Hornets are moving the ball now on the 5-yard line. Russ keeps it, but he's going to fumble it right there. Trojans will come up with it. It bounces around a little bit, but Tattnall's on top of it. Mason Selby fell on it, and again, Tattnall could do nothing. Westfield gets it back on 43. Rolls right. Cole Waddell, interception. Another turnover for the Trojans. They get it back, and now Tattnall finally gets going. Here is our 5-star driver of the week. From the 36, handoff to Andrew Parker, runs to the right, gains 21 into Westfield territory. Then on 2nd and 3, Parker again, right side, gets a first down to the 31-yard line. 2 plays later, Rader will pass it. Ryan Mosley, nice catch. First down to the Westfield 12. And then Rader is going to pitch it to Parker, or give it to Parker. There's the pitch right there, who makes a few nice moves and dives into the end zone for the first score. After the PAT, the score would be 7-0 Tattnall, and that was our 5-star drive of the week. The two teams would swap punts again, and then Westfield would go to work, strike late in the first half on their own territory. Nice play there by number 26, a 40-yard reception there. Now watch this. Hornets on the 24-yard line of Tattnall. Watch closely. Russ back, hits Wesley Murph But then he flips it to Evan Williams, a flea flicker. Are you kidding me? It worked. After the PAT, it was tied at 7, and that was the score at half. Now, third quarter action. Tattnall gets the ball first, but Westview plays a little defense too as John Rader is thrown for a loss near the 30-yard line. Then later in the third quarter, Tattnall on their own 41. Rader, the quick pass, but the brutal hit on Mosley by Wesley Russ, the quarterback, playing a little defense. Then Tattnall near the end of the third quarter on the punt. They have to punt it away. Westfield fumbles, however, and Tattnall gets it back, giving them great field position. And it was still tied at 7 at the end of 3 periods. But Tattnall on the 34 of Westfield. Connor Alford in at quarterback. The handoff to John Rader. And the quarterback, playing a running back, takes it to the house. How about a touchdown right there for Tattnall? That made it 14-7, and they would hold on for the win. 14-7, the Trojans win this ball game. Westfield tried to come back. They had a play right here that was called back on a penalty right there. After the interception right there. 14-7 the final. Tattnall will play at Deerfield for the championship next week down in Albany. We'll check on the scoreboard with the other games right after this. Every weekday afternoon from 3 until 6, it's the Bill Shanks Show on Fox Sports 1670 AM. You can also listen online, www.foxsports1670.com. We talk sports, take your phone calls. Also the home of the Dan Patrick Show. Jim Rome, and tomorrow at 4, it's the Saturday Scoreboard with Bobby Pope. Plenty of other playoff games going on around the state. Here's Dustin Wilson with more. Dustin?
Yeah, a lot of scores to get to. Let's go ahead and start getting to those right now. We're going to start. The Statesboro Blue Devils won 34-28 over Griffin, and the Blue Devils moved to 10-2. Ware County 21, Whitewater 13. The Gators moved to 10-2. Grady, the Great Knights of Grady 39, White County 20. The Great Knights moved to 11-1. Sandy Creek absolutely demolished America's Sumter. They are rolling right now 48-0. That's the final. The Fighting Patriots move to 12-0. Burke County defeated our Baldwin Braves 21-20. The Braves finished their season at 10-2. Gainesville, Cedar Grove won 34-25 over Gainesville. Thomasville 24, Tattnall County 21. The Bulldogs of Thomasville moved to 9-3. Cook 41, McIntosh 7. Wilcox County got the win tonight, 41-17. The Patriots, it's looking like they're going to play Wesleyan. Wesleyan's beating Athens Academy 28-0. And finally, Fitzgerald 42, Putnam County 14. And Bill, a lot of good games across Middle Georgia and across the state.
All right, a couple of quick notes now. Peach County won over the Thompson Bulldogs. They host Grady next week. Also, Wilkinson County wins are at ECI. Wilcox County wins. Baldwin loses, and of course the big game next week will be Tattnall at Deerfield Windsor for the GISA State Championship. That's our show for this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bill Shanks. For all of us at 41 NBC, good night.